traders. It's Monday, the 19th of March, 8:26 a.m. Central Standard Time, and 21:26 Southeast Asia. So I got kicked that cold in the head over the weekend. That's a good thing. And now we'll see what happens here. So we have a risk-off attitude across the board. Quite a gap down on the open to the regular from regular trading hours, and pushed up a little bit higher, and now we're sold off. It's about 50-50. It's probably a little bit positive, but into range. And our daily is made an all-time high day before yesterday, and they're still or Friday, and they're still monkeying around over here on a little bit low at the moment, and they didn't get that high. So I'm not sure where that's at. See where we go here now. We don't have that volume profile, kind of irritating. And something I'm curious about is to watch the value area high and low from Friday and see what happened. See if that was in fact the range. And again, you saw how that just expanded over here dramatically. And again, a big expansion and a big change in the number I guess it's the scaling, but it's disappointing to me because it doesn't seem to be particularly accurate. And they're not going to bring it up to the value area low, or the VWAP here like so often they do. Of course, it is Monday. And let's see what's happening in economic world here. Going on here? Yeah. Well, basically nothing till 23:30, so that's a good thing. We're at 52,390 or 369 on the step 2 of the $1,000 combine. The target's 53,000, and it's a funded account. This is Tradovate. This is Jigsaw Dome powered by Tradovate. And I just barely got online here before the open, so I didn't have a chance to set up the investor RT or anything else. We'll go with Tradovate today and see if it holds solid as it did last week. So we're going to open here in about 3 seconds. Looks, thanks. And we're open. Charting just fine, it would look like. Pretty soon this Globex volume profile will jump off to the left, and we'll be left with our regular trading hours here. Got the new TPO, and looks like ES is still kind of bogged down over here for some reason. So my guess would be could very well close the gap. Well, actually, the hell happens there when you got a gap from, I don't know how that gap rule applies when you're looking at a gap from the overnight or over the weekend to Sunday night. There we go. Yeah, they're going to go up for that gap. Settle is at 1429.50. Oh, so that's way up here. So they're looking at the last regular trading session gap. Okay. Wow. Nice push to the upside. Holy smokes. Quite a nice drive to the upside. Correct some of that inventory. And what? Well, we're right to the POC, just below the previous Friday value area low. Traded to the overnight, or this week's Globex POC. Wow, opening drive. And that was a nice one. I would say they're going to probably retrace it from that. Yeah, it's too late. I missed it. Going to bring it back down to the POC here. That would have been a nice resting order. Now, will they continue the drive? That's the next question. And what is it exactly that they're doing? Well, they traded it up to value. Well, they traded it just up to value. Now, are they going to be accepted inside or rejected out? That's the question. They get it rejected out, then we should start to trade lower. They can get accepted, then it ought to trade across. Right now we're at the mid, which is a sticky. Wow, look at that thing go. Unreal. Hard for me to get on that. I don't know what to do. I just, that kind of a opening drive is hard for me to get on, obviously. I just sat here and watched 40 points go by. I just keep thinking, especially on an opening range like that they're going to just, run it up and run it down and monkey around with it a little bit. I'm not used to just one time framing opening drive across a substantial area. Well, they could well trade it across now. That would be 1421. That's just about closing that gap too. Gap's right up here at 1429. Correct. 14029 would close the gap. Pull back to there was probably okay, but that's trading from the center out. I've never been real good at that one. 5 minutes into the market and they've come across there 60 points. Wow. What is, I forgot to look when we had had that open. What's the VIX at today? 1711 still. Huh. Not much improvement on the VIX. So they didn't quite close the gap, but pretty close. And Here they are. Knocking on heaven's door here again. They're going to try to take this across value. They're pretty darn close. That would get it to, that would get it up to the POC, the close the gap, trade across value, all that stuff. Inventory has pretty much been corrected, I would say. There. So everything looks pretty much okay for the stream. Pretty hard to take a short here. Does that put us from yesterday? In range and in value. Remember, this is the regular. This is the overnight or the Globex session. This is Friday's regular trading hours. So break it down to the VWAP and then down to value area low. Going to hit the VWAP or this volume and bounce, very likely. Transacting a lot of trades right here. These have been pretty much accepted. Looks like a bit of short covering. There's the VWAP bounce. Kind of rounding over there. And they're right on POC. Okay. I'm going to say, wait a minute, what's going on? Excuse me here. I'm going to get a glass of water. All right, what are we going to do here? Are they going to bounce it? Or are they going to just chop people to pieces? Didn't quite close the gap, but about as close as you need to get, I guess, within 10, almost 20 points of it. 29 is a official settle. So that would have been a real honest to goodness gap close, I guess. Yep. Well, here we go. See if we can take it from this this value area. Oh, a little too soon there. Down to the value area low is kind of where I was thinking it was going to go. We'll see if we can get that out of it. Maybe not. Maybe. Now ES is coming on too strong here. That's not going to be a pretty picture, I don't think. That down to a break even, and then there we go. Take a scratch on that one. I didn't like the looks of this movement on the ES, and we're bouncing right on mid half back from last regular trading session. So that's a pretty formidable foe right there. We didn't get down to the POC or the half back here, but that would have been heading towards our stop. So I'll take that scratch. Thank you very much. Ooh, look at that. Bingo. That would have been a real disappointing event right there. Now, sitting here all, that took me by surprise, that fast move there on the range. That's the key to the range chart, range bars, of course, is they move by the number of, it's not based on time. So having a resting order there would have been kind of nice. Now it's a little too, now they've got value area low right up in here. So they could just chop back and forth here over the top of the POC. I was thinking they were going to, a minute ago when I took that short, the value area low was down here below the previous Lobex PVOC or VPOC and this spike. So their chances are pretty likely here they might just trade back and forth from value area high to low. Sellers aren't really coming in. Well, now they might be. Where are they going to go now? There's the previous PV and POC. I like to target down to about here. But I'm a little bit apprehensive with this way that they're moving it there. It's kind of, especially with the ES doing this. That's not making me all warm and fuzzy for a short. Wow, look how divergent they are. Look at the ES has been doing nothing but straight up, and NQ is not really following. However, you notice they put in a tweezer bottom and just when that ES started to move up. Now they come up here to the bottom of the VWAP. First test is the best on that one there. That was the place to have the resting order. I'm not going to be real excited about shorts here. I mean, I want a short because that's how I normally prefer, but this just looks a little too strong. And it's been pretty much flat all night. I'm not sure why this isn't charting. Should be a profile like this. That's I'm crazy. There's been accused of that a time or two. Just don't have enough faith that this thing's going to fall out. And of course, the minute I start to talk about that, there it goes. There's it. But where is it going to go? That's the question. We're at half back now. And then it's real light. So I believe patients are in order. There goes the ES up again. Minute it does that, this thing runs bloop, several candles up. I'd put a resting order there under that VWAP again, but this is just looking pretty strange. Look how flat that is. Oh, those wicks are just on top of each other. Could well be a no trade morning. I don't really see minutes to the top of the hour and the bracket change on the profile. Thinking there's going to be something going on over here, but I don't want to get on the wrong side of this range, which is essentially what we're trading. You know, that and there would have been the wrong. I would have been right on sock up on the wrong side. So there's that V, yeah, right through VWAP like it's not even around. If we're at that psychological number with the, you got VWAP and the big fat round number, and it would have gotten there. Yep, there's the target. So that resting order would have worked okay. We might actually get some kind of a sell-off here. It just keeps bouncing around the POC and value area low, back and forth. Looks to me like an indecisive market, and I don't want to just give them some money for the sake of trading. By golly. We got a pile of wicks going on over here, though, don't they? Look at that. And no real area that you would say, there's a lot of going to be some stops land down there. Maybe a few in this area here, but with this, all of this action and trading and the Globex, and then to come back through it, monkey around up here for a little while. I guess if I had to pick an area that had stops resting, it would be up here. T-shaped profile. Essentially stop short covering. Back to the POS or the VWAP. Gonna respect it again this time and bounce it back the other way. Well, VWAP is right at the mid from Friday. Through the POC up to the value area high. No, just to the POC. Yeah, it's a little there for me. So I hope all the stream is flowing properly. Seems to, even though it throws this bit rate thing now and then, it always seems to have recorded okay. Now, the second I go over here and try to catch this little trading range back up is when bottom's gonna fall out and it's gonna run clear down, clear down here someplace. That's how I think about trading ranges. I just figure I'm going to be the sucker that's late to the party, get left holding the bag. That's why I'm not big on trading them. And this is quite a choppy mess here. POC's kind of dancing up and down, and there goes the ES is banging on that ceiling again. That's just pretty darned amazing they can get through that. The hell is that? Some giant number from somewhere. Oh, it's the gap. That is the gap. That was VWAP from regular trading session. I don't know why this charting's not coloring properly. It's supposed to be coloring the same as the trigger chart. I'll have to monkey with that, but I'm not going to do it now. Look at that, boy. Sock up exactly 3-4 times. 4 times to the high. That's amazing. Almost exactly. And just continually going up delta, so that doesn't make any sense either. That makes no sense. But what I'm going to do here is something. Like that. Just going to sit here for a minute, and the default chart should have colored exactly like this. And I'm not sure why it has not done that. So we had one trade for a scratch. And a more perfect scratch I don't think I've ever taken. If I do say so myself. Boy, I talk about just before that thing lit off to the stop and beyond. Sorry, Bobby. Well, this is just pretty much boring over here. I have to continue on. We're at the top of the hour now. The B period has just started. Sock up in the middle of everything. It's right in range, in value, in everything for the last 2 days, 2 regular trading periods. Slightly higher value here, but trading on top of themselves for the last 3 days. ES is not doing anything. It's just kind of flagging to the top with the cumulative delta way up high. Delta's coming up on this one. They finally got it up to the value area high. Well, that was a big event. They're going to bring her back to POC. Oh, the ES is finally falling out of bed over here. Down to the bottom wick anyway. What is this going to do? They're going to break through here finally. See what happens. If we get a little carry through here now. Come on. Oh, no, don't be that way. Wow, look at that. That's pretty darn disappointing right there now. Thought we were going to get some movement off of that and off the ES, but I'm not going to be so fortunate. It doesn't look like. Maybe. If we get our bracket. Yeah, there we go. Well, we might get a real move out of it this time. Oh, now we're going to sell off. We're heading for 20. Heading for our 20 target. Wow, 20 points. All right. That was worth waiting for. Look at this. Yeah, that was worth waiting for there. So 52,762. Wow, and still going. But you're never going to hear me complain about taking 20 points. I don't believe. So, there we go. All right, there's a there's our trade of the day so far. 50%. That's pretty funny because that scratch was obviously a scratch. So that was 1:38 for that $400 trade, or 20 points. 2 trades for the day. Zippity doo dah. And had I just grabbed that scratch when I was instead of bringing my stop to scratch, if I'd have just thrown it 1 or 2 ticks ahead there, changed the win rate, but so what? The result is the same. That's pretty good. Now what happened here? Didn't quite take out the Globex yet, so that Globex stat is not set. Got to get down here to 45.28 for that Globex stat. What the hell prompted the ES to do that? We're glad they did, whatever it was. Wasn't any news, I don't get. Or at least it wasn't a known economic thing. Going to take out that low, boys? I can't believe you're not going to let that go for 2 or 3 points. That's just be kind of an anomaly if they did that. There they go. Now they got that new stat. Tell you what, man, 98%, that thing never misses. Jesus, look at this go. Going to be another 20-point run here in about a minute. And why? Did the world end or something and I don't know about it yet? Wow. That would have, right there, would have put me over the funding. Look at that thing go. Look at this ES. Wow. I am not going to try to keep selling those pullbacks, even though that seems like that's the play of the day. This little, sell this little pullback right here, and it looks like they're trying to put in another one, but I don't know how lucky we're going to get with this continuing to happen. I don't. Okay, nothing going on there that I see anything. Oh, here we go again, round two. Wow. So we have short pullback, short pullback, short pullback. What's going to happen? They're going to keep selling as long as the ES keeps this up, but I don't know how long that's going to happen. And or why, which always makes me a little curious. Would love to have gotten this next trade here and then have the funding over with and just not think about it anymore today or next couple of days till I got the pro account set up. Oh well. So we're one scratch and 120-point trade. For $400 on the day. That bracket was that one, so it's 80 ticks. 80 ticks of profit there. Now, in theory, if they could get into this low volume area here, they'll suck it up to here. But it seems to be kind of I don't know what it's doing. It doesn't register with me. I thought this was going to be a breakout, and I held this pullback, took this heat. But we had good ES and we had good good sellers. So this little flat spot here wasn't very much fun, but after that we got 20 points out of it, 80 ticks. Now if they decide to run that back up the other direction, that'd be pretty great. Pick up another couple $100 and call it aware. Oh, I think I'm going to be right back. So they seem kind of intent on taking this thing lower. 100 points plus, 110 points, 20 points. And I was pretty happy with 20. Sorry, I didn't grab this second one. Would have kind of gotten me nervous, but definitely trading it out down here in the lower end. Pretty quick, they're going to have. Pretty quick, they're going to bring value down here. I would think. I would guess. All righty, going to run it up a little bit now, up to this consolidation area, right there. Back up to the wick on the ES. They might trade that ES straight across too. You never know. See what happens when they get to this wick zone here. Yeah, I'm going to trade it up to value area low. Maybe not. They just top out this value, this high volume piece right there. So they did their business up here, took care of overnight inventory, ran it down where they thought they ought to have it, and now they're going to try to build some more volume down here until possibly they bring value down there. They've already brought value down this low. A few minutes ago, it was up here. They keep building this out, they'll get the POC to drop. Yep. Thought I had a Yep, value area low moved right down there to that volume area. And now they're going to sell it down and continue to build this volume, fill in this this volume area down here until pretty soon they bring this a little bit lower and POC comes down, and that's what's called value is building overlapping to lower right now. POC is now the half back is down here, was clear up here. POC, the TPO POC is right here. I can't foresee myself getting excited about taking another trade right today. I think I'll trade this out to the bottom of the hour, and then I'll get prepped up for my meeting at 11:30 or yeah, 11:30. 23:30. Right now it's 22:23. Monday sucks. I have meetings until about 1 o'clock in the morning, or 12:30 to 1 o'clock in the morning, and then I got to get I'm back up at 5:30 again. So makes for a short night. Well, are they going to keep hammered back and forth here? Yes, they are. Now, ES is going to reclaim most of that drop. Is the NQ going to follow suit? They get it into this low volume area here, it could rip straight across it to at least this value area there. But I don't think I'm going to participate. I think I'm going to be pleasant, be content with where I am, and not try to get too tricky here. They are going to take it across, yeah, up to the up to that area. So I would have been pretty much correct so far. But you see how they do it? They run it up 4 or 5. They run it up, 5 points, and then boop, back off again. Nothing too confident for me here. Here at the back of that, where they took off from Obex. So little tweezer top. They're going to come down and bounce it off the value area low. Let's see. Let's see if our trade would get hit right there. We would have got it. Let's see what happens. Boom. Well, we're in. We're long now. And we would be long, theoretically. And it's bouncing about 4 points. So we don't have any profit yet. Oh, I know a better way to do this. There we go. Now we see what our stop would be, and we see where our 20-point target would be. And our entry would be making us feel pretty disappointed right there. Sellers are coming back. Tested us, took a little bit of heat, and now we would be green. No, still not. Will not. This is just hypothetical. You can set this up by just doing what I've done here now. So we're green. We would be just barely in the money. A tick. Nope. Still red. Still red. Okay, so we're green there. About two or three points is all. 4 didn't even get up to 30. 930, which would be 4 points. ES is not cooperating. So at this point, I would probably take that off. And now I'd be cussing because I didn't take it off when I had made some, when I was up 4 points. Oh, that's exactly why I didn't take that trade. Value area, low bounce trade. Well, now we might get someplace. So we took about 5-6 points of heat. And now we're up 5 points. 5, 6, 7. There we go. Okay, there would have been our bracket. And we would have been stopped out on the bracket at with 8 points. 7 or 8 points, depending on what the slippage turned out to be. Let's just, for grins, see if it goes on to the target. It is making higher highs and higher lows, if you want to be technical and analytical about it. So that value area bounce would have gotten us to our bracket stop so far. Bottom of the hour. Bracket changed to C at the lower part of the, pretty much at the bottom of the value profile, or volume profile, sorry. And right about on the volume value area low. Looks like they're going to grind it on up there to where it might actually reach the target. I would have not had patience at all to deal with that with this kind of a top fest going on. Yeah. All right, so that value area low bounce, resting order bounce trade, hypothetical trade, would have gotten us our the bracket when it trails up, and now it may actually, if ES is, if ES makes the next move here, this will get up to our 20 point hypothetical target, 46. If ES can get across that, and it's trying. It's gotta, if I move my mouse, I'll lose the hypothetical entry and targets here. So 946 would be the hypothetical target for 20 points here. Looks like it's getting ready to do that. Maybe not. No, they couldn't quite get going. I was thinking that if they get into this low value volume area, they would go zipping right across that. So I'm going to call this a stream. Take care of a couple things here. Get ready for this meeting. Yeah, I got another hour, so I'd rather watch the market. Anyway, we're 2 trades on the day, a scratch and 80 ticks or 20 points. Oop. A minute 38 seconds on that one, and the scratch was 12 seconds. According to this, the scratch was 50 seconds. Or when I looked at it the first time. Oh, well, anyway, whatever. So our win rate is only 50%, but it was a break even. The scratch was even. Unfortunately, I didn't move my stop up a tick or two ahead of into the profit zone so that it would affected that, but it is what it is. Couple hundred bucks more, and we're in the funded account. Here we go. They're gonna try it here pretty quick. 46, I believe, is what it was. Needed to be 46 and change would have been the 20-point target from our value area low bounce, which was here, our hypothetical. Took about 6 points of heat. The stop was laying right here. But a slow grind like that's hard for me to deal with. Now they're going to actually move it up. I would suppose they'll come across this low volume area and probably look at this target right up in here. Perhaps not, but never know. I will not be jeopardizing putting on any more risk here to test that out. I don't want to be greedy or stupid. However, the question is, however, okay, you take the resting order value area low for the bounce. How do you sit through this? Are you able to sit through this drawdown? Yes, didn't make your stop, so you got no choice. But then when it gets up here, do you bring it up to zero or barely break even, and then you get stopped out? That's actually, if you'd have brought it up, if you'd have ridden it on past here, it would have gone up to the to where the bracket would have jumped. And now they're going to bring it back down towards the value area low again, where all these test wicks have been. This little guy right here. For some reason, these little volume spikes, these one-liners or whatever the hell they are, they seem to have a lot of power. Like right here this thing is flat on the POC, and just POC's hanging there. Not sure what that is or how that works out, but I don't remember actually seeing that. It could just be a function of how the volume profile is charted, I guess. Anyway, Let me remember to edit my title here to the proper thing. 19th, yep. Okay, that's all right. Probably forgot to say that past performance is not indicative of future results, and this channel and stream serves as my visual virtual trading journal and log. The things I say and my commentary is for my review and to try to articulate what I'm thinking. Hopefully that can help anybody who has a similar goal to mine, which is consistent profitability. And the trick to achieving that is to trade for tomorrow. You have to be able to give yourself enough samples in your data set for your edge to manifest itself and give you the profitability and the edge that's built into it. That's what I believe is the secret to it. Actually, I know it is. It's not that I believe it. I know it is. It's a proven business model for some of the biggest and most profitable business models around on a smaller scale, of course. The probabilities. Now here we are right back down to the value area high. Here was another bounce just to the tick. And that one was up. That would have also probably just gotten us the gotten the bracket. So still very risk off, boy. Which of course is the measure back to settlement. So yes, of course, it's 1429. Clear settlement's clear up here. It never even got to settlement. It didn't close the gap, actually. Got close. No cigar. Got up to here. Didn't quite make it to here. Got a sell-off, huh? And pretty quick, they've got to get that POC to come down there here for too long, I would think. They're building quite a bit of volume below here, and they keep dragging the value area low down with them. So they're developing lower, it's called. And the ES, it seems like the minute the ES wants to break lower, and NASDAQ's pretty happy about following that idea. If they can round it off and come down again, this thing will come down and try a new bottom, be my opinion. But I am going to be patient and prudent, and I am going to not put on any risk tonight, any further risk tonight. At a meeting in about 45 minutes. So here we are at one of those long volume spikes. Ah, there went the POC. Okay. They goofed around with it just long enough to bring the POC down. ES falling out of bed, and here they came. And value area low dropped to the bottom of the range. That's how they bring it down. And now they're within value. and right on top of the POC. So that's a quick way to find yourself sock up in the middle when you think you're at an extreme with an asymmetric trade location, and then all of a sudden, bing bang boom, and they bring it down, and there you are, in value, in range, and sitting on the POC. Just get your head laid out there, ready to have it chopped off. That is a interesting maneuver to be expected with this kind of trade volume going on and watching this area build. The volume area dropping from here to here, and then boom, and here came the POC from up here. So, and the ES continues off. It took out this extended point of volume point of control from somewhere back here 3 days. Still have an open point of control from this long boy here, right down here. It's the POC, the TPO point of control market. Whatever that thing is, magenta or something, is the volume point of control. So, a lot of wicks sagging out down there. I'll take this 43. I guess I can go to the top of the hour, and then I'll get ready for the meeting and shut eye. I'm going to break it here, I would say. Yep. Down comes the ES to top over those wicks, and the NQ is going to try to mess along with them, I would say, down to the value area low, probably. Yeah, that size. 142 was hanging out down here at 3,900 for quite a while. That's some pretty big size down there. I didn't see it trade. I think they must be spoofing. That 140 keeps hitting down there at 3,900. You know, he traded it out. Wow. 142 traded out at 3,900. Right there, look at that. And then it fell off right down to value area low. As the ES is making new lows, so will the NASDAQ. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Hopefully some folks are making some good money here. There's a nice sell-off, another one. They just continue to push the value area down, and the POC sitting on that spike. Here we go again, and the ES is coming off hard. Huh. Wow. 30 points from the last time I was looking at that too. My. My, 870. 4150 on the ES. Quite a series of sell-offs here. This is just annoying. I get 20 points there and so tickled with myself I didn't pick this second one up or this one. But conscious decision not to trade past here. Not going to give that money back. There are 3 positions in trading: long, short, and flat. I was short one, and I am now flat, and will remain so. Starting to yawn like hell. I may have to close the stream off just because I'm being rude. I can't stop doing it. Go take a walk around the floor here. Wow, boy, that ES has really come off. Couple of different opportunities today. I could have finished off this funding, but whenever I get up like that on an early easy trade, it's more than once I've had that happen and then ended up giving it back, or having to struggle and fight and fuss around to get back to where I was, and then I kick myself for why I did that. And this time I'm not going to do that. I am going to accept the fact that I had a scratch and one good trade for $400 or 80 ticks, 20 points, and I'm going to call that good for the day. And I am going to take a walk because I'm tired, do some push-ups or something, and then I'll get ready for this meeting at the bottom of the next hour. Bottom of the next hour. So I think I will close the stream off at this point. I won't be trading anymore. And call it a night. So $400. 2 trades, 1 scratch, 1 winner for 80 ticks, 20 points. There we have it. Minute and 38 seconds. Pretty decent pay per hour. Thing's amazing, isn't it? Quite amazing. Now they're probably going to pull this thing up to this area right here, which is the bottom of this consolidation and the end of this volume, low volume area. Be my guess. But guess being the key word there. I won't, and it'll be doing all of that without me. So remember that your goal as a trader is to trade for tomorrow. Trade smart. Trade what you see, not what you think. And have a great day. If you're still going to continue to trade, have a great rest of your trading day. And I will be back on live tomorrow. So if you find value in the stream or the visually or audio, the commentary, whatever, subscribe, click the thumbs up. I think that would help bring some other folks here so we can try to build up the community a bit, get some feedback and some participation. Yeah, here we go to that we go to this volume area right here, and this bottom of this supply. Yeah, pretty straightforward trading today, but it was yeah, there we are. It was pretty painful there for a while, and then all of a sudden whammo, and I'm not sure what caused the whammo, but they ripped it for sure to the downside, and then now they're coming back up across here and heading back up for this area here. I don't know. ES would probably, well, they're at the bottom of the wicks now. So. All right, trade safe, trade smart, manage your risk. Remember, the only thing that you can do is trade for tomorrow, and the way to do that is to manage your risk, trade your plan, so that you can stay in the game. And it doesn't do you any good to do a lot of studying and paying for courses and whatever else, and then blow up your account and you can't trade tomorrow. So the idea is to give yourself as many samples in the data set as you can for your edge to to manifest itself, and you will have achieved consistent profitability. All right, trade safe and trade smart. Trade for tomorrow.